I don't know about this, Bakura.
Oh, come on, Joey. It will be fun.
I don't know about this. Ghost stories give me the willies.
Yeah, Joey, what is there to worry about? They're just stories.
Okay, I will go first. One day on holiday in Japan. It was the middle of the night. My breathing was heavy. I went to an old Japanese shrine. Everything was dead quiet. Then suddenly, out of the blue, I was chased by an umbrella with one leg. It was hovering just above the ground, and it chased me all around the place and wanted to eat me.
Wait, an umbrella? You were scared of an umbrella? Hang on a minute, that was the nightmare you told me last night, Tristan.
Well, I felt like it really happened. Okay, it was very real to me. I woke up in the morning, all of my sheets were wet. It was very embarrassing, especially for an 18-year-old man.
Well, I guess somebody had an accident.
Joey, don't be mean. Everybody gets scared. Now I think it's my turn.
Hang on a minute, it's my go.
And what is she doing here?
I know you guys aren't on the best of terms, but I thought I'd bring her along. It might be fun.
Bringing along Mai to our hangout is never a good idea, Joey.
It's been 4 years since you guys last saw each other, and you're telling me you're still worried about the grudge between you two back at Duelist Kingdom? I think it's time to bury the hatchet. Wouldn't you agree? Come on, Taya. Honey, it's been nearly 5 years. Just let it go for goodness sake, for all our sakes.
I would certainly like this feud to end.
So would I.
Look, Mai, it's not about that we have a score to settle. It's more about the fact that everything you do, I have admired, and I'm mad at myself that I never reached the heights of success that you had. I know it's petty and stupid, but I just feel you need to know this up front. You were just always so perfect, tempting Joey and beguiling Yugi. I thought to myself I could never live up to that.
Actually, the thing is, I was always jealous of you. You're so smart and have so many friends. I grew up having no one. In the end, I left home. Not a postcard to my parents, no goodbye, nothing. Just left. Then I became a model on Instagram. And, well, one thing led to another, and I did a photo shoot. But I still felt a very strong sense of loneliness. Like people were only after me for one thing.
I'm sorry about that, Mai, but you have friends here and we are all with you. You're never alone.
Thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate your friendship. You guys are like family to me. And of course I accept your apology, Taya. Please also accept mine.
Not a problem.
Hey, Mai, you're not still selling your Insta photos, are you?
Grandpa, stop saying things like that. I'm embarrassed to have you out with me as it is.
Dirty old man.
It's all right, Gramps. I'm actually trying to quit that side of life at the moment. It's brought me nothing but pain, but as you're like family to me, we can talk later and make some sort of arrangement.
Happy days.
I give up. I really do.
Can we please get back to the ghost stories? Mai, I think it was your go.
Thanks, Bakura. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. When I was traveling around America trying to find myself, I was in the deep south in Alabama, and I was on the dirt country road heading further south. I don't know, I took a wrong turn. I couldn't exactly remember where I was going. Then suddenly I ended up at this gate. Out of curiosity, I decided to look. It was a long road, at least 2 miles. It was between some really weird-looking trees. I opened the gate and made a loud creaking noise when I had opened it and got back on my bike. And I began to go down the road. I thought it was a nice little detour. After 2 miles, I approached the old house. It looked completely abandoned, but it was very stately. Like some of those old plantation homes you see in movies, the windows were pitch black. No light was coming in or out of it. It was then I saw this pale face staring out at me, mouthing the words, "My, come." Then I could hear a whispering voice in me, as if someone was trying to whisper in my ear. It even felt like someone was right next to me. I could feel the wet lips on me. When I turned around, there was nobody there, and the pale face had gone. I got back on my bike and I hightailed it out of there.
That sounds really scary, Mai. I hope you're okay.
I'm fine. I was probably just imagining it. Now whose turn is it next?
I'll go if there are no objections.
Go ahead, Yugi.
Okay, this didn't happen to me personally, but this was a story I overheard, I think, from a person who I met a few years ago. I think he was Eastern European or something. He was visiting Japan on a holiday. Anyway, he told me about this story about a man who found these ancient gauntlet thingies.
Gauntlets? You mean like medieval gloves, the ones that knights wear to protect their hands?
Yes, they were apparently lost millennium items. When the ritual at Kalna was taking place, they made a test millennium item, if you will, out of metal gauntlets. These gauntlets were hidden away in a tomb. They were said to be the most powerful millennium items of all. They were really just a prototype for the millennium puzzle, but they were said to rival even that. Now, I don't know the details, but these gauntlets managed to somehow disappear. And then, after 500 years, a traveler came upon them. He had nothing. No money, no food. He was just wandering aimlessly amongst the ruins. This old knight of the Crusades managed to open the tomb and find the old gauntlets. His armor was broken and battered from a battle he had with a sultan who lived nearby. I don't know the details, like I said. It's very sketchy. But what I can tell you is that he found the gauntlets. What's more, he put them on, and suddenly he felt like he had energy again. The gauntlets somehow sustained his life force through sucking life energy out of the very elements of the earth. Everything he touched with the Millennium Gauntlets, the very life force of that element flowed through him and sustained him. He walked back to his brethren at the castle, fully well and healthy. The man embraced him, overjoyed at his return. But they soon realized that he was not himself. He kept having horrible visions of past wearers of the gauntlets, people who had suffered terrible ends by abusing its power. To get rid of the bad dreams, he had to take them off, but he tried to no avail. The gauntlet stayed on tight and fast. They had chosen their new master. His friends asked him what was wrong. One of them touched his hand, making sure he was okay. The gauntlet flared to life and suddenly began sucking the life out of his friend. When the other Templars saw what had happened, they were horrified and banished him from the castle. They say that the knight still wanders the arid lands of Jerusalem, searching for a way to try and take his gloves off. He won't touch anyone for fear of sucking their life force.
When this holiday is over, we must set out and find this man, Yugi. I fear the worst for him. We must find these Millennium Gauntlets. I remember no record of them in my past life. There must have been an incredibly secret project known only to the previous pharaoh himself.
Yes, it is concerning. We will try and make a trip to Jerusalem as soon as we can. Right now, let's just enjoy the holiday.
Now it's my turn to tell a story. I don't know if this story is scary or not, but it is a ghost-related story.
As long as it has ghosts, I am in.
Now, I heard this from a person who was traveling in Japan. They came by my makeup shop, and I think it went something like this. This person was from Scotland and had lived on the Isle of Wight for a time. The story goes like this. One day, a sailor was conscripted into the army. He had a wife. He had to tell his wife that he was going to leave. The wife promised him she would wait, so she did. She waited and waited in the same spot every day next to the shore, but no boat came. She continued to wait and continued to wait until she was old and gray. Then finally, she was in the winter of her life, looking out at the ocean. A man came up to her and said, "Why are you waiting?" She said, "I am still waiting for my husband to come home from the Royal Navy." He was in the Royal Navy Corps in 1874. Do you know what happened? The man was amazed that she did not know, so he said, "That ship was lost at sea." She began to shed tears for the love she would never receive again, and right before his eyes, she turned to stone. People can say you can still see a human-like shaped rock. People have gone up to it and have gotten strange vibes from it, as if the woman was still alive, waiting for her husband's return that will never come.
That was really sad, Taya.
Yes, I thought so too. It was a good one to make you think about how important loyalty and relationships are. Joey, now it's your turn.
Okay, guys, but I'm warning you, this is pretty edgy stuff. You're probably going to come out of here with the shivers afterwards.
Yeah, dude, ready and waiting.
Okay, you guys asked for it. This is a true story as well, so get ready. Well, one day I was comfortably eating my ramen cup when suddenly a strange purple light appeared in my window. I turned around, and it was a huge gaping hole I decided to enter in, and lo and behold, there was a ramen shop.
Are you sure you weren't smoking anything when this happened? I mean, it's okay, people do it. Or maybe you had something off to eat which gave you bad dreams. Who knows?
Man, this happened, honestly. And trust me, I didn't have any edibles or any other drugs. No, I didn't eat anything bad. I went through the portal and suddenly I was in a ramen shop. The alien creature who was serving me said, "Would you like our ramen special today?" So I thought, sure, I will have it. It came. It was the most exotic ramen I had ever seen in my life. with purposely blue broth, strange-looking crustacean-like creatures cooked to a deep purple. They looked like prawns to me, and a purple egg with a green yolk dancing around in the purple broth. I tried it. It was the most delicious thing I ate. And then I noticed that something was wrong. The noodles were moving around my ramen of their own accord and tried to latch onto my hands. I pulled away, but they kept grabbing onto me tighter and tighter. The man at the ramen shop was only smiling maniacally as he tried to keep me there, but I pulled away and dashed back through the portal. And I swear to you, I never ate another cup of ramen again in my life.
That wasn't necessarily scary, Joey, but certainly an A for effort.
Yeah, don't tell anyone that story, man. People might think you're a bit around the twist if you think that really happened. Like, seriously, if people believe that, then I'm Bugs Bunny.
I'm in agreement with Bakura on this one.
That story is ridiculous. I have never heard a story like that in my life. It doesn't even come close to a good ghost story.
Hey, nobody made you the ghost story police. Now I feel my ghost story was a good one. It might not have been as scary or as fancy as some of yours, but at least I put in a really good effort. You lot are meant to be my friends, not my critics.
Come on, Joey. You just need a bit more practice, that's all. I mean, I'm not participating in this, but I thought there was definitely creativity involved. Have you ever considered the idea of writing a book?
Yeah, Joey, I would definitely consider that idea. Grandpa knows talent when he sees it. He trained you in Duel Monsters after all. Who knows? You could be a world-famous author.
Don't stroke his ego, Yugi. He has enough problems already. I have to room with him now that he has moved out of home. Anyway, let's see what Bakura's ghost story is about.
I'm not even going to respond to that. Just don't expect that you'll get convenience store food tonight for dinner. You'll be the one who'll be cooking.
I am the better chef anyway, you ego-ridden second-rate duelist. Now come on, let's hear Bakura's story.
Ah, finally. Now this story actually happened. A paranormal YouTuber visited a witch's grave. He had visited many paranormal sites before, actually. I think you can look him up. I can't remember his name, though. Anyway, he went to this one specific grave that he was told had a witch buried there. He found the crypt. It had a big black cross up the front of it. He went inside.
Whoa, I'm actually getting chills from this story.
Me too.
Now, if there aren't any objections, I'd like to continue.
Sorry, Bakura. Go on. Go ahead.
Sorry, guys, I just dozed off there for a second. Where were we?
They were just about to enter the crypt.
He entered the crypt and turned a corner. He could see nothing except pure darkness, and hear nothing except the sound of his own footsteps. Then suddenly, a faint whispering came within earshot. Then a breath. Down his neck, two yellow eyes appeared mere inches away from his own. From out of the blackness, the silhouette of a ragged old crone hovered above him. He tried to get away, but he couldn't. He dropped his GoPro and ran for his life. All he could hear was the distant sound of echoed cackling as he ran. Footage of the crypt mysteriously found its way online, but the location of this crypt and this YouTuber were never found.
That really scared me. You had my blood running cold. Shivers traveled up and down my spine.
Yeah, it certainly beats my ramen story hands down.
Mai, do you mind if I do the honors for the YouTube video?
No, it's no problem.
Hey you, yes you, watching this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Please tell us what you think of this video. See you all next time as we dig deeper into the heart of the cards. Subscribe now, fool, or I will send you to the Shadow Realm.